Hey everyone, Brian from 3 Geeky Dads here. Before we begin tonight's episode, I just want everyone to know that we are now sponsored by Audible. As an IT professional for a school department, I find myself behind the wheel of my car traveling between schools almost all day long, and that's where Audible comes in. Right now, I'm enjoying listening to Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, read by Stephen Fry. It's so enjoyable to hear this hilarious audiobook read by a proper British comic actor. And that's just scratching the surface. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word content, with everything from bestsellers, celebrity memoirs, and news to podcasts. Yes, if you're into podcasts, and you're listening to us right now, so we can assume you do, Audible has got you covered. Just go to www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial. You'll get 1 credit, 2 credits if you're already an Amazon Prime member. That's good for any premium selection titles you like, and they're yours to keep. You also get the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen all you want. No credits needed. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/3GD. $14.95 a month after your 30-day trial. Cancel at any time. Audible. Stay informed, connected, and inspired. And now, on with the show.
Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Guys, why are aliens so obsessed with probes?
Why?
Why?
Because they want to colonize.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh.
Ouch.
Ooh, hiss, that's awful. That's terrible. I hate it.
That's going to leave a mark.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare. Christmas as a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've done, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the Lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Do the rest of this show sitting down now.
Yeah, I like it.
That's why I sit.
Uh-huh.
It's not because I'm lazy. It's because I'm worried about getting colonized.
Ooh.
Hello and welcome to another out-of-this-world episode of 3 Geeky Dads, the show that has all its listeners saying, they're here, they're everywhere, you're next, and so on and so forth. I am Mark, and with me as always are, well, actually,
I'm not Derek.
There is only Brian with me today. Say
That's
hi
right.
to the nice folks, Brian.
Hi, nice folks. I'm Brian.
And yes, as you know, our show title is often inaccurate. For we say 3, but actually mean 4 Geeky Dads.
That's for damn sure.
Well, today we say 3, but there are only 2 Geeky Dads. Tito and Derek were unfortunately abducted by aliens on their way over, and so, well, what can we do?
Enjoy your probe, boys.
Right, and I'm sure they'll be back by Wednesday. No one can stand those guys more for a couple of days anyway. But luckily, we have a bit of an invasion going on ourselves.
We sure do.
As Brian and I are joined by some fellow geeks from 2 other podcasts that we know and love. Mike and Steven from 2 Geeks and a Mic, and Jeffrey and Zig from Nerdery and Murdery.
Welcome, boys.
6 hosts, 3 episodes, 1 franchise equals 1 epic crossover.
Yes.
Greetings, gentlemen. How's everybody doing?
Hello, hello.
Welcome.
And Happy New Year.
Ooh, yeah, thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, one and all.
Thank you for joining us.
That's right.
I have been looking forward to this for a while.
Yeah. Now, was it your original idea, Geoff, to...
Yeah, I thought of it because I was thinking it was high time for another crossover, and I was like, man, we need to get all 3 shows together.
Yeah.
And just talk and just be insane. Just be insane, because I think this is going to be insanity.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, Geoff messaged me and said, hey, I got this idea. I don't know if it's crazy or if the drugs are just kicking in.
Oh, that's right. It was after my cataract surgery.
I couldn't see what I was writing.
I said it might be a little bit of both, but what's your idea?
I was sending out an early Christmas card to Mike, and it came out like this. Hey, it was like coming together like from October, and now I can't believe it's finally here.
Yeah, it took us, 4 months to get together?
4 months, a hell of a lot of texting back and forth and coordinating dates and whatnot. And
Time flies
the
when you
texting itself was fun. The texting itself was fun.
It sure
just
was.
Back and forth over these months.
Sure was.
You know, and I know you're going to give away the subject in a minute, but I needed that amount of time because I literally just finished the assignment Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm about right there with you, Geoff.
I was about 2 hours ago.
And we're not going to lie, we just did a lot of Steven skipping. A lot of Steven skipping.
So did Steven.
See, I feel bad. I've watched the original like 3 or 4 times now. I keep going back going, oh man, this is so much better than the original.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, with
this
that, we
thing
should
holds
probably
up.
give away the subject.
Well, yeah, all right. Let me send us off here.
All right. Take it away, Mark.
So, as you know, oh no, that I already read that part. Hold on. Let's go to where. Yes, the improvised dialogue. Okay. Yes. They are here to not only fill in the cosmic void left by our other dads, but also talk lizard people, mammal snacking, and Mark Singer's amazing nostrils. In part 1 of our podcast three-way,
Get lost in those black holes.
covering the classic sci-fi thriller V, or specifically on this episode where it all began in the miniseries, the show that started it all. But before we dive into a world of reptile rebellion, amphibian assault, sexy evil alien leaders who can anal probe me anytime, and yes, Mark Singer's amazing nostrils, our own alien of apple pie, artichoke paste, and avocado surprise, Brian, has prepared a yummy appetizer to start us off.
Thank you, Mark.
Brian.
Mousies? Look at little mousies. Mousy.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing?
Mousies.
Don't you ever do anything so stupid again. The humans must never see us eat. Never.
Today, as Mark mentioned, we have a huge appetizer for not only do we have Mark and myself, who have huge appetites, we also have the guys from Nerdery and Murdery and the boys from Two Geeks and a Microphone to help us out in discussing V, the original miniseries. To tie it all together like champagne and caviar, the preferred snack of turncoat human Daniel, we have a yummy appetizer prepared where we all want to talk about some of our favorite TV shows or movies that deal with invasions. And they can be alien invasions or otherwise. Gentlemen, who goes first? Who's digging in first?
Let's have one of our guests.
I mean,
go first.
V would be my original favorite, but since we're going to be talking about that, mine is Resident Alien. I love Resident Alien. Alan Tudyk is phenomenal in that show.
And he ties in.
He really is.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, that's a good tie-in right there.
And a good pick, too.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. That is a good pick.
We haven't seen the latest season of it, but
same here.
We were caught up to this most recent season.
I think I'm halfway through the second season.
I have to jump back into it. My wife watched the whole thing, though, and she loved it from start to finish.
Yeah, they still haven't announced whether it's coming back.
I think it is because it was picked up by USA Network, I believe.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Alan Tudyk is a very underrated actor.
Oh, he absolutely is.
Agreed.
Dr. Phosphorus in the
I love him
Creature
as Dr.
Commandos.
Phosphorus. Phosphorus. I can't say it, but I love it.
Well, I'll leave any comments about Alan and V till we get to Nerdery and Murdery.
That's right. We'll stick with it. All right, let's go on here. Zig, how about you? What's your pick?
The War of the Worlds television series.
Excellent.
A lot of people don't remember it. It was a science fiction television series that ran for 2 seasons, from October 7th of '88 to May 14th of 1990. It was very gory, and it was based on George Powell's film.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the aliens didn't die from the bacteria; they were put to sleep.
Nice.
See, I don't remember this show.
I do remember that.
Oh, man, it was bloody.
Mm-hmm. And
they would take over human bodies, but when they did, they started to decay, and when they went to a different body, the body kind of ended up in a pool of gore.
Oh man!
Wow!
All done by Screaming Mad George.
I love Screaming Mad George. No one knows why he's called that. He won't tell anybody either.
Yeah, or like Savage Steve Holland.
I don't know. I saw a couple of interviews with him. I see why. Makes sense to me.
It does.
But yeah, a lot of use of methyl cellulose, so it really looks goopy and gross, and
awesome.
It was pretty good. Loved it.
Go back and check that out. Steven, how about you?
Did you say movies or TV series?
It could be movies or TV series.
Well, I had one of each just in case.
So, it's always good to have backups.
There you go.
Yeah. So movie-wise, because I love movies, was Edge of Tomorrow was my favorite.
Good one. Me too. And not only because Tom Cruise dies over and over and over. which I could just watch that on loop constantly. What?
Friend of the show, Tom Cruise.
Friend of the show, Tom Cruise.
You're right.
What was your show?
The show was Falling Skies.
Good one.
Wiley.
Oh my gosh, I loved Falling Skies.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was an incredible show.
Yeah. So my son Josh got me hooked onto that. He was watching it first. I'm like, oh, what's that? And so then I ended up buying them on Vudu. Well, I guess it's now Fandango at home.
Yep.
But I ended up buying them, ages ago. And it's just fun to go back and catch an episode every now and then. So
what do you call the aliens? Skitters or something like that? Skitters?
I think that's right.
Yeah, I think so.
They were so cool.
Yeah, they were crab-like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great show. Good picks, dude.
Ooh, very good.
Why, thank you.
Michael, you.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back to the 80s since keep with our 80s theme.
All right.
And I'm going Alienation.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, great show. Great movie.
Yeah.
And
Give you the help on that one.
And I believe that the writer of Alienation had also written for V too.
He did.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got another tie-in. So.
Oh, we're keeping it on track, huh?
We sure
I'm
are.
trying. I'm trying, man.
I'm going to derail it later.
That was the point. Brian, what's your pick?
All right, here we go. Train is off the tracks now. I'm picking a movie, and I'm picking at The World's End, which is the third movie in the Blood and Ice Cream Shaun of the Dead Hot Fuzz. This is the by those guys, and
I bought that one.
It is a funny movie. I have it too. I have it as a little box set. It's, all 3 movies together.
Oh,
which is
that's
great.
great.
Yeah. Yep, the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy. 3 colors. Cornetto. And it's set in every movie.
Yeah.
I have a confession to make. I have not actually seen Shaun of the Dead.
Well, you
gotta put that on your list, Steven.
Stop whatever you're doing.
I haven't seen Shaun of the Dead, and I've not seen Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz.
Oh my God, you guys have some homework.
Yeah,
I love Hot Fuzz.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
That's it. I was not told of these conditions.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead is great. Hot Fuzz is great. And you talked to alien comedy, and that made me think of one that I could have put in there because I love this movie. Is Paul?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Paul's a great one.
Paul is
I love Paul.
Yep. Did you guys ever see a movie called Attack the Block?
Oh yeah.
With it's got Nick Frost in it from Shaun of the Dead. It's another great alien invasion.
And John
movie.
Boyega from Star Wars.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's the star of it.
He's in that one.
Yeah, before he
was in Star Wars.
Before Star Wars, he was Moses.
So that is a good movie.
Attack the Block? I mean, I think so.
Yeah,
yes.
me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like alien dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have similar tastes and stuff, so that's why I'm that's why I keep asking you guys, what do you think of this? What do you think of that?
Do we though? I've been nice to you guys. I see these guys know me better. I can.
I don't know. I tried to provide them with a bad movie that I thought they would like, and yeah.
Oh, Werewolf Santa.
Ah.
Yeah, but you guys were, your heart was in the right place. Werewolves, Santa. I love them both. Nobody thought it was going to be what it was.
No.
We don't put the blame. I've shown them, well, not much worse, but a couple of worse movies, right? Welcome back, Zig. All right, so my pick, I tried to stick with like the 80s and television series as well, because I got a ton of alien invasion movies, but I was trying to challenge myself. And then I realized I couldn't think of a show that I watched as a kid or younger that had an invasion kind of thing, except the real Ghostbusters.
Oh.
New York gets invaded by something every day. And
That's true.
I love this cartoon as a kid. I love the animation. It's very good animation. And very freaky monsters, like scary stuff. Much scarier than anything the new Ghostbusters movies have tried to do.
Cool.
And so that's going to be my pick.
Good pick.
So do you know the story of why that's the real Ghostbusters?
Yes, I do, because of the Ghostbusters show from, what was it?
This late 70s?
60s, 70s?
Yeah, 60s or 70s,
with,
something like that.
With Forrest Tucker and
Larry Storch. Yeah, good old Larry Storch.
And they had a gorilla named Tracy.
Yeah.
And then they made that into a cartoon in the early 80s.
In the early 80s.
And it was called Ghostbusters.
They did that to rival the real Ghostbusters,
right,
so they could keep the rights to the name Ghostbusters, so Ghostbusters couldn't use Ghostbusters.
No, they had to say the real Ghostbusters.
Yep.
I loved Larry Storch too. My favorite was F Troop.
Oh yeah.
My dad and I used to watch that show all the time.
And I have visited Fort Courage multiple times, but unfortunately it's now closed. The last time I went through Arizona, Fort Courage is now closed, which sucks.
My father's friend's father, who's a music teacher, and gave Larry Storch's dad clarinet lessons.
Nice.
That's the only tie-in I've got of any kind. My father's brother's half roommate.
8 degrees of Larry Storch.
8 degrees of
What does that make me? Absolutely nothing.
All right. Anybody want to toss out a runner-up or anything before we get to the main course, or are we ready to get to the main course?
I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right.
All right. Michael, you want to say yours real quick, and then we'll go?
Oh, I said mine. Mine was Alien.
Oh, I thought you meant you only had one, as in one runner-up.
Okay.
See, this is what I do. We derailed the damn thing. All right, let's get to the main.
I'm surprised Mike didn't bring up They Live.
Oh, I've brought that up so many times.
Yeah.
I do love They Live. It is actually a favorite movie of mine.
Yeah.
And Roddy Piper is amazing, and I use one-liners from that movie all the time. And yeah, my daughter uses one-liners from it at work, and they look at her like she's crazy. They don't know what the heck she's talking about.
I anything. What's your name, little fella? Come to show them where I am. You get that accent.
I did.
Mama don't like tattletales.
You formaldehyde
my face.
I'm all out of bubble gum.
Can we talk about They Live instead of V? Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Never mind. Here
we'll have to pause while I go watch it.
Whoa, wait, Geoff, you've never watched They Live?
Oh, it's just been a while. I'd have to go watch it again.
Oh my gosh. I know that movie almost by heart.
Yeah, you got to watch that movie now, not just as a movie, but as a handbook for everything that's going on right now. So,
oh God, no, that's Idiocracy.
Yes, it is Idiocracy. As I drink my water, aka Mountain Dew. All right, here we go. The main course, everybody.
The main course.
You hissed those S's out.
I did.
Okay,
it's like steam escaping.
Daniel? Please, Stephen, no more.
Look, I am sorry about all this.
Oh, Stephen, I didn't do anything. I was set up. I'll do whatever you want, Stephen. I just thought, what? Well, Nothing, just I didn't know what you were going to do with me, that's all. What are you going to do with me, Stephen?
Send you where you'll serve us well.
Who's that?
Where else? On a serving platter.
No! Stephen, no!
All right, so as we so often remind you at the end of our 3GD episodes, keep watching the skies. Well, in this case, that's good advice because you never know what's lurking out there beyond the stars, nor are we truly prepared for what could be heading our way. Aliens, robots, asteroids, monsters, an alternative dimensional boy band, space vegans out to steal all our tofu, or a
well,
clone.
they can have that.
Or a clone of Colonel Sanders where his chicken is made of people. But whatever the case, the message is clear. We are not alone, and we are in deep shit. As Bill Murray so sardonically reminds us in Ghostbusters 2, you just can't trust them. Occasionally you meet a nice one, Starman, E.T., but usually they turn out to be some kind of big lizard. Well, such is the case in this classic sci-fi thriller that spins its yarn about an arrival of alien species that look human and promise peace, but are in fact anything but. The series is truly a landmark in the head of its time department. Besides the obvious threat of aliens, the protagonists, well, human protagonists, also deal with such hard-hitting subjects or real-life issues as racism, abortion, and other things that were more taboo to showcase in a very 80s and more conservative decade. This sort of series, with its structure and sometimes political and social climate sprinkled in, can be seen in many epic series of today, most notably The Walking Dead, where the menace starts from someplace else, but also brings out our own monsters and horrors, pitting us against each other as well as the other. Human v. alien and human v. human and alien v. alien all begin to unweave throughout this incredible series, often with the truly innocent caught in the middle. This is V, the miniseries. Gentlemen, what are your opening thoughts, please?
Wow.
So, you know, two things real quick. One of them you talked about, you know, it's a show from the 80s. The miniseries and the final battle are very 80s.
Yes.
Very 80s.
Yeah.
In everything.
Everyone drives an S10 pickup. You guys notice that?
But as we had talked about, it was either earlier in the show or it was before we started recording, Mark Singer's nostrils. I have that in my notes. He's got the smell the fart face
of everything
constantly throughout the show. And I mean, and he was good and bad in it. There was times that his acting was good, and there were times that his acting I was like, oh my God, it's awful.
I really didn't take notice of them like in Beastmaster, but here for some reason they're more.
They've been probed.
Yeah, that's
conditioning. Between his smell of the fart face and the constantly putting on those work gloves for no reason, for no reason whatsoever,
Or taking off his shirt.
Oh no, he's always half open shirt. That's what I said. Very 80s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think that's a lot of 80s, not just, yeah. That's epitome of it.
You know, and it was fun going back and watching this. I didn't even realize it because I watched the HBO series Oz, and a couple of people from this went on to Oz.
No kidding.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Elias was in Oz, and Daniel's father was in Oz.
Okay.
I get it. I've been saying I got to watch that show.
It's rough.
It's rough.
See, I didn't dislike Mark. I actually enjoyed him. I thought he was.
Oh, I think he's fine.
Him and Michael Ironside.
Yeah,
Ham is great. Ham Tyler is great.
They were my favorites. I really enjoyed both of them.
Except for one of the things that I kept noticing, and you'll see this sometimes in TV shows. Michael Ironside empties a clip and throws the clip away like it's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
well, he's always got his buddy behind him tossing him new clips. So
you can use it again.
Yes, you can use that again. You don't have to throw it away.
It's in your pocket. It's only that wide. He was using it.
That's where he stored it when it was full.
But you know, here's the thing about this miniseries and the final battle. It changes when we get to the reboot that we'll talk about in our show. Why do the visitors even need to pretend to come in peace? why.
Right.
Yeah. In here, it's never explained. In the reboot, they actually explain it. But this, just take the world. Just take what you want and leave the world in shambles. It didn't make any sense.
Oh, okay.
That's
Kenneth
a good question.
Johnson's original idea was inspired by It Can't Happen Here by Sinclair Lewis.
Right.
The
Yeah,
1935 novel. About fascism taking over America. Originally, there weren't any aliens in the idea, but people were like, no one's going to buy that. You need to throw some aliens in there. And that's where he went off on this.
Right. The alien symbol is very reminiscent of Nazi Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, very reminiscent of that, and they talk about that. You know, they're jackbooted thugs and everything like that.
Well, you have God, I can't remember his name. The old guy there, Leonardo.
Da Vinci.
What is it? You have Leonardo
the Turtle.
Leonardo da Vinci. I can't remember the actor's name. Scary
German guy.
You have scary German guy from Monster Squad.
Oh yeah.
Who encourages them to spray paint the bee.
That's right.
I really.
Abraham, the character was a survivor of the
Holocaust.
Right,
Yeah.
that's his name.
Holocaust
Thank you.
survivor.
I was trying to think of the actor, but it's a weird name starring Leo. Anyway, point being, though, I mean, that's, you bring up the Nazi symbol. I mean, this whole thing, there's so much allegory in this show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Leonardo Cimino.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you very much.
Yeah, see,
You're
we don't
a
have
Great
Tito.
actor. Scary German guy is what I'm ever going to know him as.
We don't have your Tito, and we don't have our Tito.
That's right. We're Tito-less.
We're
He's our
Tito-less.
Tito.
The aliens got him.
And why do visitors have the aim of stormtroopers?
Oh, that was me too.
Shit.
It should be only if you were holding the laser gun. If you were shooting a laser.
If they were good shots, the show would be over.
Yeah.
It's just, that would be it.
But I would argue.
But all the
that
machine gun bullets found there, it's the bad guys. Don't have as much plot armor, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would argue that the humans are just as bad as shots, honestly.
Sometimes. And I mean, and there was so much here. The things I had problems with and the things that were really good. I have to say, let me go back real quick. So when I saw this show live in the 80s when it was out.
Me too.
Yeah.
And
same.
When the episode of Robin giving birth happened, both my mother and my aunt were pregnant at the time.
Oh, no.
And my uncle forced them to watch it.
Real dick move there, Unc.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But when we go to that birth, so one of the things I thought was funny that I had in my notes, when did Robin's dad, the biologist, become an anesthesiologist?
Yeah, that's true.
Because he suddenly becomes that in the show. But he was.
But Julie wasn't completely a doctor either, and she was what they had.
Yeah.
No, she was an intern. Yeah. But that's a big leap from a biologist to an anesthesiologist.
Well, they had 5 years, but I guess you would need more.
It's just sci-fi. He does medicine. He can do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Scientist.
Oh wait, you're a doctor. Oh, you can do this.
It probably doesn't help that Kenneth Johnson left halfway through the production of the second miniseries.
And you can kind of tell things had changed as you get through those.
Right.
Because there was some weird stuff. I mean, it's kind of explained, but not really. Why does Elizabeth have weird powers? Just because you have a medium between.
Exactly.
Yep.
I don't get that either.
Not only is she a hybrid, she's a mutant.
Any of the other visitors have powers.
Right. And then
she's a hybrid. She somehow
exactly.
That's what
I'll tell you this though, as a visitor, if I had poison sacks, I'd be spraying people in the face all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We've seen it like twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which goes back to Jeffrey's point. Like, why not just come down and take what you want?
Exactly.
You spray venom. Like you're armed. You're good.
They do say that they need live or freshly dead prey to sustain them.
That's
so
true.
They
so
need
come
to
take
it alive as long as possible.
Yeah. No.
Come get some.
Come and take it and freeze it like you were doing all the others. There was no reason to pretend to be peaceful, except they were just mean.
Well, I don't think we'd have quite the drama if they would have just came in and invaded.
It'd be Falling Skies.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So.
Exactly. You know, and between the miniseries and the final battle, one of the things I kind of had a problem with is they weren't real clear on how much time had passed between the two. I mean, we had Robin's pregnancy as our key, but it just seemed like there was a lot of missing time that there really should have been some sort of catch up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna save a comment right there for our portion because that goes more into the TV series. But yeah, I have words about that. So put a pin in this and remind me when we get over into our episode.
I will say this about V. For the 80s, the special effects in the two miniseries were actually pretty outstanding.
I like them. I like them, and I even like the hokey effects. You know, I think the hokey effects add to the show for a nostalgic point of view. It's like, you're in your living room again. You're watching old sci-fi effects. So you don't care though because it just makes you feel good because it's just fun. But some of the later effects I think are decent. Yeah, I really do.
Yeah. True.
And the aliens look great when they're peeling off the skin.
Yeah.
I think
great makeup effect.
I think it holds up. Those lizard effects are awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome makeup effects.
I remember seeing it as a kid and going, "Oh my gosh, lizard people!"
Yep.
You know, and one of the things about when you talk about special effects in part of the show, when the Resistance attacked the medical center, I had to write a note. Grenades don't set people on fire.
No, they don't.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Even visitors.
But a guy running across the screen like this on fire is a hallmark of the 80s.
Absolutely. And
but that killed me. They would throw grenades and the aliens would just catch on fire, and I was like, no.
Mark's wife Sarah would have loved that.
That's true. One of my favorite things for my wife to watch are people on fire running around in that exact way Zig was just talking about. 'Cause that's what the sound you would make.
That's exactly it.
Oh no, I'm on fire. This is a minor inconvenience.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times it was Dar Robinson doing that because he just knew how to do it right.
I'm trying to get
and then later in the series, they got a little, at least the humans got a little careless. They kept sending Mike into missions undisguised. It was like, his face is plastered everywhere.
Exactly.
How are we not disguising him?
Well, in the beginning, he would wear one of the visors.
He did.
Right. Yeah. And then, you're right. Later on, it was like, how is he walking around in the ship? You know, everybody's got to know who the heck this guy is. He's the leader of the Resistance.
I think it's Mark Singer, and he was making his claim to fame. He's like, you got to show this face. This is
right.
What people want.
It's like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Leave the helmet on.
You ain't gonna get any more of this ever. I'm all Singer, baby. Is what he would say.
I'm all Singer, baby.
Nice.
I heard that for the miniseries as compared to like the TV series that came after it, the budget was twice as much as for the for the original miniseries than they had moving forward.
And you can tell when you move on.
Oh, sure.
They reused a lot of shots for the series. And 90% of it was filmed on the old Paramount ranch.
Yeah. I thought I saw that shuttle flying through the same scenery several times in several different episodes.
Oh yeah, you have to do that. That's a standard.
Like that.
Absolutely. Thank Ed Wood for that.
I love Jane Badler in this though.
Oh yes.
She was awesome. Too over the top, but I love Jane Badler.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Did you notice that okay, well, I'm stepping over, but from the miniseries, she had this, really cool, but it's nicely coiffured hair. As the series progressed, her hair got bigger and bigger and more Joan Collins.
Oh, sure.
By the end of the series, it took up half the screen.
We lovingly referred to that in the 80s as the poof.
The poof.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bigger the poof, the better. So
I get it. I had the Robert Smith do in '89. I get it. That's why I don't have it here now.
She had to do something to turn people's attention away from Mark Singer and his nostrils.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, put that camera on me. Look at my hair. It's growing like a freaking chia pet.
They were also enhancing her sex appeal because she was supposed to be very sexy. And they, you know, and as Zig said, it kind of crosses over into the series because once you cross over into the TV series, they moved her from her original outfit to the way too tight white jumpsuit.
Oh yeah,
you know, with the black V that straight down to, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was kind of all right with that though.
Yeah, right.
I give thumbs up to that creative decision because I'm a pig.
Props to the costume department.
V gets sexy.
Yes, V after dark.
Sexy files.
V after dark.
Well, there you go. I hope you weren't looking for any kind of serious analysis. Because
not at all.
We listed off special effects, Sinclair Lewis, and hair and makeup.
You're right. You're right. We did. Well, speaking of, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go first.
I was going to say the overall thought of the miniseries and the final battle is, you know, because like we said, we started talking about this in about October, so that gave us from October till just recently to finish. I enjoyed going back and watching it, and I got to revisit how much I enjoyed the original miniseries and the final battle. I enjoyed every minute of it, even the hokey parts that were in it. These two were very, very good. And I think they hold up today.
I do too.
Yeah.
They got a nice soap opera quality to them.
Yeah, it really did.
And again, they're just a lot of fun. I had fun going back, and I hadn't seen this show in a long time, and it's just
same for me.
So cool because I was a little kid when it was on, and honestly, I remember being scared by the promotion. Because it was just a promotion for it. Didn't really show anything, but it was just this menacing-looking letter, and it was red. It was like dripping blood, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to. Damn, man, I can't see that.
Well, I remember the promos about the baby, and that just being so intense and freaked people out and stuff. And then I look at the baby and I'm like, oh my God, that's a horrible model.
The puppet they did for that one was not great.
Yeah, twin, not at all. The lizard-looking twin, Brian, that they got the red dust from. Oh my God. He's terrible. It's like a sock.
Shallow end of the lizard gene pool.
Lizard gene pool, exactly.
It's the royal family kind of syndrome.
It's like the skimming off the top of it.
We should probably point out that this show gave us Robert Englund, who, you know,
absolutely
displays some good acting chops here. You know, he's been
Willie was really good.
Yeah.
Willie was such a sympathetic character.
He really was.
I just enjoyed him being in there.
And it made me realize that, you know, not that I ever thought he was a bad actor, but, you know, Robert Englund, you know, when you're playing Freddy Krueger, you ham it up, you choose the scenery, you have to. But to go back and watch him as Willie, it's a really good performance. And made me remember that he's a really, really good actor.
Yeah, it's true.
He was doing Freddy Krueger at the same time. Like he did the first movie in the midst of this V thing. So if the series had continued, we probably wouldn't have got more Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger.
That's true.
Think about that.
Yeah,
that's true. And that's a world I don't want to live in.
That's right.
So there you go.
Nothing but Jackie Earl Haley from the very beginning.
Oh God, why would you? No. I'm leaving.
And thus begins and ends the 7th and final season of Three Geeky Dads.
We don't name that which does not.
Oh my God, Steven, we killed him. So I got a story for you about Robert Englund. I actually got to meet him. So we have a haunted house in St. Louis known as the Darkness, and they always dub it the scariest haunted house in the country, something like that. Anyway, and it's a good haunted house, and they get a lot of cool extras in there and stuff like this. Well, they would get celebrities, sometimes B-lister celebrities, so on and so forth. And with your ticket price, you actually got to meet the celebrities. So the one year that I went, they had Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark, which she was awesome.
Cool. Always is.
So I got to meet her. And then I got to meet Robert Englund, and which was great because I brought my Robert Englund Headliners bobblehead with me for him to autograph. And I come up to him, and I mean, you got to talk to him for a few minutes too. This isn't like the meet and greets of today. You know, here's sign, move on. You know, that kind of thing. I mean, I actually got to sit there and have a conversation with him for a little bit. And I had told him, I says, everybody thinks of you as Freddy Krueger, and of course I do too. I mean, I brought a Freddy Krueger bobblehead, but I really remember you as Willie, the alien from V. And he went, "Oh my God, nobody ever talks about that."
And that's got to be frustrating, man, because, like I said, it's a good performance.
Yeah.
And he's
I
fun
love
in it.
his performance, and he can't say the words right.
Yeah.
He's always using the wrong words for things. He put on one of the best performances in the series. Honestly,
agreed.
I'm sorry, complete not related, but is related at all. I have to share this. So a friend of mine went to a viewing of The Princess Bride, and at the end of it, and Carrie Elwes, am I pronouncing that right? He was in attendance, and you got to meet him afterwards and talk with him. Well, I'm goading my friend over text the whole time, just daring him to mess with Carrie Elwes. So he did, and he has it on tape. He has it recorded somewhere, but he went up to Carrie Elwes and he goes, "So I have to ask you, did the choreography surrounding your swordsmanship that you did for The Princess Bride prepare you at all for sawing off your foot in Saw?" And Carrie Elwes just laughed and said, "Ha, ha, ha. Please go away."
That's still nicer than Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah,
So,
true.
Yeah.
We get yelled at.
Yeah. We made the Hulk angry.
We did.
You're not supposed to make him angry.
No,
I know, but that's what I get for not having cash on me. Just a credit card.
Yeah, we went to the Rhode Island Comic Con a couple of years back, and he happened to,
sorry.
Lou happened to be sitting at a booth, and we walked. Lou, we're on a first name basis.
Friend of the show.
And we walked by and quickly decided, hey, let's just meet the Hulk.
Let's say hi to the Hulk.
Get an opportunity to meet the Hulk.
I love the Hulk. He's great.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we get up there and say we'll take 2 autographed pictures and
he was kind of just like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah. He really didn't care that we were standing in front of him at all.
Oh, we're big fans.
True.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thanks.
And after he signed the autographs and we gave him our plastic, he just looked at us and his eyes turned white. And and his manager, whoever next to him, said, no, cash only. And we're like, what? It doesn't say that anywhere.
It doesn't say it. We have a card. It's just good. So Lou Ferrigno was not happy with us.
But luckily your friend was in the line behind us to rescue us. So.
Yeah, he gave us some cash to reimburse. Yeah. And then I went home.
The Hulk doesn't take credit cards.
The Hulk doesn't take credit cards.
No. Only turns green for the green.
That's right. He smashes. He does not swipe. Or tap now. Tap. You tap more than you swipe. But you get where I was going.
I did.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Oh, that
2
was
years?
2 years,
3 years ago?
Really?
Yeah. And I
wasn't
don't
that
even
long
like
ago.
Rhode Island Comic Con. We took our kids there.
Yeah.
They had to meet Tara Strong, who wasn't even there when we arrived, and she got held. Yeah. Oh God, that comic. You know what? Let's talk about V.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's get back.
Yeah.
All right.
So Lou Ferrigno was not in V, but I will say that I actually enjoy the whole cast. I think the whole cast is great.
Yep.
And the people you're supposed to hate, you hate. The people you like, you like. It's just these guys give some really, really good performances. I want to smack Daniel, and I mean, who doesn't?
Oh yeah, of course you're supposed to hate him.
Yeah, and he does a great job playing that character. And the idiot TV reporter and the freaking the old woman, the mother, Mark Singer's mother.
I think that's one of the most hated people in that show.
She really is.
Oh my God,
her and Daniel.
She not only sells out
high win level.
Yes,
it was Donovan's mom.
Yes,
Donovan's mom. Right.
She not only sells out the human race, she sells out her own son.
Yeah,
she almost shoots him.
She almost shot him.
She almost shoots him. Are you gonna really shoot me, Mom? Well, I'm thinking of it. You're Mark Singer.
Yeah.
You made Beastmaster 2, Portal of Time, or 3 or whatever. I have every right to shoot you.
That's right.
Oh, God, I haven't even thought of that in like 30 years.
There you go.
That
this
one hurt.
Is what I do.
You just heard
See,
Ziggy.
I just heard.
She shot him because of his big nostrils. Let's face it.
What wonders lie in those nostrils?
Yes.
No kid of mine's gonna have nostrils that big. I'm getting rid of you.
We love you, Mark. We do. We love you if you're out there listening.
If you haven't seen it, he is brilliant in a movie called If You Could See What I Hear.
That was the first movie that introduced me to him.
Really?
He played. It's based on the true story of a blind guy, and he plays the blind guy, and it's how he maneuvers through life and everything, and it's really, really good.
Does he sniff his way through it?
No,
that's Scent of a Woman, Mike.
Yes.
No. No.
But he plays golf, he drives, you need to see If You Could See What I Hear.
All
Great.
Right. Okay. I do like him. He was Man-Bat in Batman the Animated Series.
That's right.
I don't know,
I forgot about that.
Was
that.
he?
Huh? Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
And
Nice.
Luke Skywalker there, Mark Hamill was the Joker. And Mark Hamill and Robert Englund were roommates.
Get out of here.
In fact, Robert Englund is, in a way, responsible for Mark Hamill getting Luke Skywalker because he was actually sent the script and he couldn't do it, didn't want to do it, something like that. I don't know. And he passed it. He said, Mark, check this out. I think you would dig this. You suck, but go ahead. And he didn't say that. But he did give Mark Hamill the script, and now we have Luke Skywalker for today. Robert Englund was like really encouraging him because Mark Hamill didn't want to do it. He was afraid he wasn't good enough. He had some deep reservations about doing it because he was scared, not because he didn't like it. And Robert Englund, like Mickey and Rocky, got him into shape for that part. Yeah. So. For that audition, I should say. So thank you, Freddie.
Nice.
That's right.
I just picture Robert Englund coming home because I've heard Mark tell the story before.
Yeah.
And they were sharing an apartment together. So I just picture Robert Englund coming home and going, "Hey, Mark, I think you'd be really good for this role." And then Mark starts going, "But I was gonna go into Tashi to pick up the
Poor Mark Hamill will never live that down.
Right. That was just for you, Mark.
He never will. Thank you. No, he never will live it down, but that's okay because it's funny. It's fun to make fun of. He kisses his sister. All right, let's. Everybody just glosses over that.
That's right.
He didn't know.
Didn't he though? Shouldn't the Force have told him? Like he sensed Leia was his sister in Jedi. Like why didn't we have so that? Long? Yeah. Conveniently, it didn't kick in when they were smooching in Empire. Or what?
No, you like that part.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Go in for the kiss. Wait a minute. Right. Something feels weird.
He had a different force working.
I got Donny Osmond on my mind all of a sudden. So there. Yeah.
Harrison Ford didn't like that one.
No, he did not. Scruffy looking nerf herder.
Who are you calling scruffy looking?
Do we have anything else we want to go on with this episode?
I think we've hit it all.
I think we pretty much said it all. Yeah.
The big one. Anybody else want to add anything before we do Geek Flag?
One more thing. One more thing.
Yes.
I did not care for the ending of V: The Final Battle. I thought it was just like, it just kind of can tell where Kenneth Johnson left.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They pick it up in the series.
Yes.
They pick it back up. So, I mean, I was okay with that ending. I think they did it with the intention of trying to make sure the TV series was going to come out, and they picked it right up.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Because they wrote themselves into a corner.
Yeah, well, that's what that happens.
Yeah.
What? How many times in the show? Or
yeah.
What do they call it? Jump the shark?
Pretty much.
That's right.
Jump the shark, yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, Geek Flag.
Geek Flag. What's making our Geek Flag fly? Let's start with Geoff. There you are, over there.
In the middle.
For me, this looks to be the new year of Marvel. We've got so much Marvel coming out this year. I'm really excited about it, from Captain America to not sold on the Thunderbolts yet, but I'm going to give it a whirl.
Yep.
The revisit to Wakanda. I'm so excited about Marvel Zombies. What else do we have? Spider-Man. Not Homecoming, Spider-Man Freshman Year, I think, is out this month. What else do we have? We just got a ton of Marvel coming out this year. I'm really, really excited about it.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yep.
Steven, you? Hello?
New job there.
flying?
Sorry, I muted my mic because I was coughing. Sorry.
I
forgot to turn it back on. Wah, wah. So, I have to say, I am enjoying Skeleton Crew.
I haven't started that yet. I'm waiting for. Are all the episodes out yet?
No, there's one more.
One more. Yeah,
because we're gonna get into that once they're all out.
It's good.
Yeah, it's. I would say it's worth seeing. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, actually. So, just as a nice Star Wars thing, I didn't have really high expectations going into it because of Acolyte, kind of a thing.
I liked Acolyte.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the first two episodes and I was like, I think I'm done.
First two episodes are real slow.
Yeah.
Of Acolyte?
Acolyte had potential, but
I enjoyed it. I
would say that for Skeleton Crew goes, it is, as some people are saying, it is kind of like Goonies meets Star Wars kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And it's been fun. It knows what it is, and it's kind of stuck with it.
It's got a little bit of an Ewok adventure feel.
Well, and then again,
Ewok adventure, yeah.
Nice.
And then again, y'all didn't like Andor, and Zig and I both liked Andor.
I liked Andor.
I have not seen Andor yet.
Andor's good.
I am behind on my Star Wars watching. So a lot of stuff to catch up on.
True.
Yeah.
And you guys did not. And you guys did not, right, Mike?
I did not like Andor. I thought it was too slow. But now there is a speech in there that is fabulous.
Is that Stellan Skarsgård speech that you're referring to? Yeah, I have that on a T-shirt.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
That was really.
I'm
good.
not going to try to recite it here because I'm going to totally screw it up. But
did you like Andor?
I did like Andor.
So you liked? Okay,
I did.
So you liked Andor,
I liked Andor.
Too.
There were pieces of Andor that were good, but it was just way too slow. I am looking forward to season 2 of Andor because I think it's going to be. Oh, sorry, this isn't our show. I won't say our catchphrase.
You could.
We'll just steal it from
much
you.
Much more better. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
But I have
water.
higher hopes for season 2 of Andor because I think it's gonna be forced to move faster. Forced. Ba-doom-cha. Anyway, because from what I understand, each episode is 1 year in the life of Cassian Andor. So it'll have to move like. Plus, I'm looking forward to the introduction of K2SO.
Yep. Absolutely.
Cool.
Speaking of Alan Tudyk,
Michael, what is your pick?
All right, so I'm since we dove back into V and everything and dove into the 80s, I kind of got a little bit of 80s nostalgia. And so I'm going to dive back into the 80s again. And I started rewatching The Greatest American Hero.
Oh, nice.
I love that show.
One of the best.
And everybody's hearing the theme song in their head right now.
Yes.
Yep,
That's right.
we are.
Mhm.
Totally.
Yep.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
And there it goes. No.
Such a great show that I don't think got the props it needed, and they. I think when the aliens came back and gave him a new copy of the book is when it went downhill.
But I've dived back into it, and man, I really enjoy it. My wife didn't watch it when it aired originally, which I was like, what? How could you have not watched Greatest American Hero? And I'm like, I love this show and everything.
Yeah.
So I watched the pilot, which the pilot's kind of interesting because they don't play the theme song like we know it. They just play the instrumental version of it. And then there's songs throughout the show too, and I'm like, this is weird. It's like a movie soundtrack, you know, which was interesting. But I delved back into it and I watched it, and I'm falling in love with it again. And my wife's like, yeah, it's a pretty good show. I was like, I don't know why you didn't watch it in the 80s. I don't get it, but
all right.
Excellent.
Hey, wasn't William Katz's mom wasn't she in like Perry Mason, the old TV show with Raymond Burr?
I think she was.
I don't know why I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
I know my mom loved Perry Mason and
I don't know.
Oh. It gave us William Catt. That's all I care about.
That's right.
William Catt from House.
Barbara Hale. Yes, she was in Perry Mason.
Barbara Hale from Mystery Science Theater's Giant Spider Invasion.
Oh, was it?
Yes. Right. Excellent episode. For any MST3K fan out there, that's one of the best ones. Who's next? Zig.
Last Robin with Joe Bob Briggs got renewed for another season.
Yes, I'm so thrilled. Thank God. When is that happening?
I think they're coming back in March, but they're going to do it for Valentine's Day. So.
Oh, all right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they do that every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still haven't watched this past Christmas one.
Same.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, man.
Wait, where were you, Zig? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so
God, man.
The horror movie.
I don't get out much, you guys. I'm just saying. Sorry.
He was like a horror movie host from the 80s from Dallas, and he had this show on. Originally, it was Cinemax, and then it moved to TNT. And he was off the air for a long time, and then Shudder or AMC Plus brought him back.
Yeah, it was the.
And he's been on for the last 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, and
it's very scholarly. Joe Bob, even though there's this goofy Joe Bob Briggs side, he's still John Bloom, the journalist. So it's a very scholarly.
Oh, he knows everything.
Oh, yeah.
He knows everything, and he gives you all fun facts throughout the show.
My whole shtick is ripping him off.
Mm-hmm.
My whole shtick.
You know,
here we are.
Now that you say that, yes,
you were original. You know,
God no.
Joe Bob Ziggs.
Hey, that's a thing. Very nice.
There we go.
Who's next? Brian.
Yeah, I've got just one. I'm going to make it really quick. I was turned on to a movie because Mark and I were watching a show the other night called Horror's Greatest Hits. Mm-hmm. That's also on Shudder AMC Plus. And on that show, they did a segment called Dates from Hell, which basically they kind of run down, a lot of top horror movies that have, bad relationships. And anyway, one of the movies that they recommended was a movie called You're Next from, I think, 2013. And I had never even heard of it. But the way they were talking about it, do you guys remember the movie with Samara Weaving? A couple of years back, we were just talking about it. The one with the...
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
Ready or
exactly.
Not, yes.
It's very much like Ready or Not, but kind of... I was going to say flipped on its head, but it's not. Basically,
it's almost like Strangers. It's like a home invasion kind of thing.
I watch both of those back to back.
Yeah.
because there's another guy we watch, Willie's movie. Oh my goodness, it's Corey from Willie's Movies and More.
Okay.
And he hosts a whole bunch of different podcasts, and they get on and they were talking about their favorite their favorite horror movies, and they were talking about those two. So I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, don't worry about it. So basically, it's a big manor house. The whole family's getting together for an anniversary party. And it's basically, like Mark said, it's a home invasion. People show up in masks, and they try to take out the family not one by one, but they take out the family. And one of the family members brought his girlfriend, who, unbeknownst to everybody, and this is kind of spoilery, but she knows more than she's more than meets the eye.
It is part of the theme, so it's not really spoilery, except the fact that's kind of the mystery part of it. Yeah.
So, but you learn when that happens that the tables get turned, and the bad guys get what's coming to them. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I liked it. I watched it this morning.
It had a couple of good twists in it, and I remember watching it with my wife, and even Kelly was just like, "That was a really good movie."
Yeah. I didn't want to spoil everything, so yeah, there are a bunch of little twists in it. So
yeah, check it out if you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's good.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome.
Ready or Not's good too, and I hear they're making a sequel.
Oh, I hope they do.
Are they really?
I heard they're doing that. Yeah.
They're gonna do another one.
Oh, maybe it'll be a whole other story, a whole other family.
Maybe it could be. Maybe
like
this
an anthology.
time they're not ready. She was, or maybe this time she is ready. She wasn't ready the first time. I don't know. Ready or Not Part 2.
Ready or Not, here I go.
Ready Harder or something.
Readier.
Ready hard. Readier. More ready than before.
Readier, not. Readier, comma, not.
My pick is going to be. I got 2 albums for my awesome turntable that I got this past September. Thank you, Sarah. I got even more albums, more records now. Remember records?
That's what the kids say.
I have the Horror of Dracula / Curse of Frankenstein soundtrack.
Want me to get them so the guys in the camera can see?
You guys want to see my records? So yeah, this is my Dracula.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Curse of Frankenstein soundtrack on
Is
vinyl.
it a colored vinyl?
Huh?
Is it a color? Is it a colored
yeah.
vinyl?
It is, yes.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, on the other.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So each movie is a different color, I believe.
And in keeping in more of today's theme, I got War of the Worlds.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit. That's the light off over there. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's kind of reflective.
Nice. Yeah, I totally can see it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Courtesy of my buddy Brian over here.
Jeff Wayne's musical version of War of the Worlds.
Yes.
Featuring Richard Burton.
It's not the radio broadcast.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's a
cool.
Yeah. Putting it back. It's a it's kind of like a musical that never really became a musical. It's just the actual music. But it's the story of War of the Worlds done as a musical. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So are you actually going to put those on your turntable, or are they just going to go? Okay.
Of course I am. I've been playing all my records again, getting into my bell bottoms and trying to find reruns of Starsky and Hutch. Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying hymns so I can get some hair.
Records will save your life.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Bring back the good stuff.
Zigee's part of the Vinyl Nation.
Curtain, your bead curtain covering your door and stuff.
I don't, but though I don't have a lot of hair left, I'm gonna dye it blonde and try to comb it over to look like David Soul more.
Nice.
So that's my plan. And a lot of ABBA. I'm gonna listen to a lot of ABBA. So
oh my gosh,
I'll be raring to go.
All right,
and that's our Geek flag, right?
It is.
And that's V the miniseries,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being a
helping
part
us.
of it.
Yeah,
That was great.
absolutely.
thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
So this is our first time with Jeffrey and Zig, our crossover. But we have crossed over with 2 geeks and a mic before.
That we have.
Absolutely. And we've talked about these guys all the time. We give them shout-outs and we bring them all out. And if you want to hear us praise these 2 podcasts some more or any of our past collaborations, hey, Brian.
Hey, Mark.
Where can they go?
Well, they can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number 3.
Close enough. GDpodcast.com. And as Mark mentioned, you'll be able to find all of our past episodes there, along with one-click buttons where you can easily subscribe to us if you're not already. Hit one of those buttons to the podcast platform of your choice, and you will never miss an upcoming episode. Also, most importantly, if you can, there's a space on the website where you can leave a rating, a 5-star rating, and a review. Go a long, long way to help keep us a little further forward from the rest of the podcast pack, but most importantly, it makes it easier for others to find us while they're searching. Our social media presences are also linked to the website. We can be found at Facebook. Was that you? We can be found at Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and the audio portion of our show can be found weekly on YouTube as well. And with that, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a blast. This was
a good time, guys. Thank you for having us.
So, just want to tell everybody out there to...
That's right. This is our show. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for having us for this event, though, is what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for including us in this whole event.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shut up now.
Okay. Actually, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to thank these guys. I wanted to just remind everybody to check them out at their respective podcasts, Nerdery and Murdery, and Two Geeks and a Microphone. And basically, with that, I'm going to hand it back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, gentlemen, again for joining us on our show. Tune in next week when we will be back with the other two dads, if they decide to come back or if the aliens allow them to come back.
Yes.
Either way, tune in next week because we'll be here. Until then, for Three Geeky Dads, this is Mark.
This is Brian.
And a bunch of other people.
You guys chime in with your names.
Okay.
This is Mike from Two Geeks and a Microphone.
This is Steven from Two Geeks and a Microphone.
I have been Zig with your nerdery.
And I'm Jeffrey with your murdery.
Nice. This is awesome.
Yes, it was.
That's
Cue the
an
music.
all-star
Oh,
team
sorry.
right there. So good night, and as we always say, keep watching the skies, because have you not heard what we were just talking about? Do
Visitors.
I really need to remind you?
They're not our friends.
They're lizards. Good night.
Good night.
Secret Hitler's a lot of fun.
You can see
With
him.
a lot of people on that one. It's about Weimar Republic politics.
All right. And this is fun?
Yeah.
So that was Mike that just called.
Yeah.
And somebody parked in the entryway of the parking lot for church. And so they're gridlocked. Everyone's trying to get out, and nobody knows who it is that has parked in the entrance.
What the?
Jeez.
He goes, I'm trying not to lose my religion here.
It's Mike in the corner.
That's right, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's Mike in the spotlight. Losing his religion.
Losing his religion.
Isn't it a sin to block a church parking lot? Well, any parking lot, actually. I think it's against the law.
What was the matter? All the handicap spots full?
Right. Let's do this.
All right, so, Michael, anytime you're ready, give us the dad joke.
All right. So, guys, why are aliens so obsessed with probes?
I can't imagine why.
They want to colonize Earth.
Oh, my goodness.
Boo, hiss, boo.
Oh.
That's awful. I hate it.
Shouldn't it be colonized?
Oh, yeah. Maybe I should do that again.
Yeah, let's take that one from the top.
All right, we'll take two on that. Sorry.
Yeah, because mine was still saying initializing.
That's true. That's true. See, we weren't even recording yet.
That's fine. This is all going in the outtakes.
We have outtakes?
Awesome. I love your outtakes.
End of every show.
I got to start listening to our show.
Yeah, you never stay through the end credits, man. You never know when there's going to be
I listen to the whole
special
holiday
scene waiting
special,
for you.
man. All right.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
All right, guys. Why are aliens so obsessed with probes?
Why?
Why?
Because they want to colonize.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh.
Ouch.
Ooh, hiss. That's awful. That's terrible. I hate it.
That's going to leave a mark.
Oh my gosh. All right, come on. Do your thing here. Have fun editing this, Brian.
Mark has a possessed computer.
Yeah,
It's been
but
mentioned.
it's working. It's still working.
It's
That's
working.
what I said, working.
You did the working on it?
The working, the happening.
You still have the possessed computer?
You bet. It's part of the show.
Yeah.
It's part of the show.
We call him Chompy. Sometimes the lid falls on his fingers.
We named my laptop. It's Chompy, and he's not going anywhere. He still works.
I love it.
Hey, Mark.
Where can they go?
Well, they can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number three. No, we all got to do that.
Oh, should we start over?
Yeah, let's do that part.
Okay.
I was ready.
Mark called you. Not all of you listen to the show. You didn't know when to chime in.
I don't listen to the show, and even I know.
I do it when I'm listening to the show.
Number three.
Okay,
number three. All right. So do you want to do that again?
I can't go through my. I don't.
I'll
remember what I
pick
said.
it up from me
can
then.
go to,
yeah. Well, Mark, they can go to www. Hold on. Well, Mark, they can go to www.3gd.
Number three.
Okay, do it again for real.
We're all
See, you screwed us all up.
From the beginning.
From the toppity top. Oh, hold on.
Okay. Okay.
There's absolutely no reason for any of that to be edited out.
No, that's all going to be in the outtakes again. All right. So, thank you, Mark. They can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number three.
Close enough.
Close enough.
gdpodcast.com.
Because we're really lizard people.
That's right. First, this shitty
Well,
podcast, next the world.
Yeah.